At the time of this recording, it is currently July 2025, and next month will mark my 1-year anniversary of 1 year of quitting tarot, 1 year free of tarot card reading, 1 year free of horoscopes, divination, and witchcraft, and everything New Age. So before I was baptized last August 2024, prior to that, I was addicted to tarot card reading, divination, witchcraft, and everything New Age for 3 years prior to that. I was absolutely addicted to tarot card reading. I had probably spent hundreds of dollars on personal readings, tarot cards, crystals, Buddha statues, anything you can think of that has to do with, the New Age and anything that is in trend with New Age. I got really sucked into tarot and the life of being addicted to tarot because of all the problems that I was experiencing in my own life, specifically around my marriage. I was seeking comfort and support, validation, and information, answers as to why things were the way they were. Things were so bad in my marriage to where my husband and I would not discuss anything, any problems we were having. And I just felt so alone and so lost, and did not have an option, did not know about Jesus Christ, did not understand God and the power that he has, and the righteous path at all. I had no idea. And looking back, retrospectively looking back on those years prior to me falling into tarot, I had a huge gaping hole open and available for Satan to come in and take over. And that's exactly what he did. I wasn't living righteously. I wasn't living a horrible lifestyle, willfully sinning, but I was doing and involved in things that were not necessarily holy, and I was lost in a life of sin. And when I came across tarot, I felt like someone saved my life. It just felt like someone finally understood me. Someone finally got it. Like somebody, and it wasn't just one person. I indulged in countless tarot card readers, hundreds, of people who I relied on for information and for answers. It finally felt like I, was being heard and was being seen, and that someone finally understood all of the problems that I was going through. If you guys watched my last video where I spoke about why I'm living in a homeless shelter and the reasons why my husband and I are separated, you'll see that I'm talking about how I was dealing with a narcissist, and all the dynamics that come into play when you are in a relationship with a narcissist person. If you have any experience with that, and you probably do, welcome to my channel. You understand how crazy it is, and how a lot of these things that you go through, nobody's going to understand. A relationship with a narcissist can't really be explained. It can't really be explained because most of the things you're going through are so out of this world and so crazy to the outside world, to normal people, that they're not going to really be able to relate to you. They're just going to think that you're making things up, or you're too emotional, or there's something wrong with you mentally. So a relationship with a narcissist has to be experienced. It is something that you can experience. It's not something that you can explain away or, really understand until you've been through it. So when I came across tarot, I was already so vulnerable. And the moment I heard the reader speaking and related directly to my issues and my problems that I was experiencing in my marriage, I was hooked. That was it. Like, I was completely hooked, just like a hit off of a blunt. When you smoke marijuana, if you've ever smoked weed before, or if you've smoked cigarettes before, the feeling that you get, the feeling, the illusion that you're relaxing, or you feel relaxed after smoking a cigarette. It was the same exact thing. Tarot is a drug, and I became addicted. I was watching tarot card videos from the moment I woke up in the morning, from the moment I woke up in the morning, throughout the entire day, and up until I went to sleep at night. That's how often I was consuming tarot for 3 years straight, and how often I was consuming it, how consistent I was consuming it throughout my life, my daily life. So I was absolutely addicted to it. And even though it does provide you with that instant feeling of validation and the feeling like you're being seen and heard and understood by someone, the feeling is fleeting, super fleeting, because you feel like, okay, you've gotten those questions answered, and you've gotten this situation kind of worked out in your mind, so you think. But now you're on to another issue. There's going to be something always going on in a relationship with a narcissist. They're always going to be doing something to put you down or to make you feel bad. So you're always going to be seeking answers as to why they're doing that, why they're doing this. Why is the relationship going through this roller coaster? It's not going to stop. It's with a narcissist, there's never going to be an even keel of, just a normal, healthy, basic relationship where there's no drama. It's always drama. It's always going to be some drama back and forth. They're going to stop speaking to you for a few days. They're going to gaslight you. They're going to do a bunch of stuff that you guys know already. And because of this, you're going to, when you're into things like tarot, you constantly feel, or you're going to need to keep circling back to tarot, because it's not a one-stop fix all type of thing. It's something that it's an ongoing addiction, just like drugs are. And once you feel like you've gotten somewhere with tarot, like you really understand another person because of the information you're getting about them, it turns out that, like I said, you just need more of that validation, more of that hit of confirmation that you're right about something that you already know about a person. So it's like an endless spiral of, information that ultimately at the end of the day you don't need. And what it's going to feel like is that, these readers are going to know everything about you. You're going to feel like finally someone gets my life and they literally know my life. Like, are they living with me? That's how crazy, accurate a lot of these readings can be and feel. And so that's why it starts to feel like it's something you can't let go of, because it's like a really good friend that knows you. And because of that close relationship that you think that you have with these readers and the information that they're providing you, you just always need them to comfort you with information, more and more information. And the problem with a lot of that information is, even though it feels accurate and it feels like, you're getting validated by things that you feel that are really true, you can't confirm some of this stuff. So a lot of times, sometimes when you're getting, you feel like you're getting your questions answered, you really can't confirm whether or not this is fact or, fiction. So what does that lead to? It leads to confusion. And so it's like a black hole of like you continue to seek through divination, but really at the end of the day, you're only left with a feeling, the superficial feeling, as if your questions have been answered, but you're not really sure, what's true and what's not, and how long this is going to continue to go on. It's like, it's always going to continue to go on. The longer you seek through divination and through tarot card readings, it's going to go forever and ever. You're never going to be at peace. You're always going to want to know more than you need to. And, it came to a point about 1 year before I quit tarot. It came to a point about 1 year before I quit that I started to get, in my soul, I started to feel in my spirit that I knew that I was consuming too much tarot. And I knew it was coming to the point where, like, I knew that I was going to need to quit here soon. I knew in my spirit, it just, something, thank God, something came into my spirit and told me, okay, at some point, like, you're doing too much. You're going to have to let go of tarot. It's a crutch at this point, because it felt like a crutch to me. It felt like something is like, I can't survive without this. And when you get to that point with anything, then that, like, you really need to chill on that and, reevaluate your priorities and things like that. So that's kind of where I was getting to with tarot. Even though I was still completely addicted to it, I knew that I was going to have to eventually one day let this go, and that it was going to just be best for me in the long run. And I consumed tarot all the way up until the day that I got baptized. Just being honest, all the way up until the day that I got baptized. I watched tarot all the way to the church. I watched tarot in the hotel room. I watched tarot videos the day before I got baptized. And I think the morning of as well. The morning that I got baptized, I watched tarot videos. And the day that I was baptized, something in me said, you know what? I need to find out. And because I did not really know, and I knew, but I had not yet, like, really confirmed it, through the scriptures at this point yet, because it was still very early on. But the day that I got baptized, I came back to the hotel room and I said, okay, you know what? Enough is enough. I gotta live right. Now I have to live right? Like, I just was baptized. Okay, so I decided to take it upon myself and to research tarot card and divination and all those things. And lo and behold, it's a sin right there in the Bible, where the scriptures talk about, how divination is strictly forbidden, supposed to be avoided, and seen as, a serious lack of faith, because you're seeking information through unlawful means when you need to be seeking God. And I came to also realize that I was using tarot and divination as a crutch, like I mentioned earlier, and I was idolizing, as well. That it was also falling up underneath idolization, because I was idolizing this tool and this information, and also this person that I was obsessed about trying to figure out the dynamics to no end of a relationship that was completely not going anywhere and consuming my entire life, getting ready to consume me, and could have killed me, could have really driven me over the edge, if it would have really gotten out of control, if I would have never, gotten control over the situation and over myself. And not to mention, with tarot, with it being a sin, okay, with it being a sin, and with you indulging in things like tarot and magic and all the things like that, it's a doorway now that you've opened up to Satan and demonic forces. When you indulge in doing these things and seeking information and guidance that's not God's guidance, now you're unlawfully seeking information that you are not allowed to have, you are not allowed to obtain, you are not allowed to tap into. And now therefore, because of you doing that, you're opening the door to demons in your life. And I don't know what these demons are doing in your life. I don't know exactly what they were doing in my life, but looking back on those 3 years, guarantee you that they were wreaking havoc in my life and my marriage. And I was not helping the situation at all. I was literally addicted to tarot card reading and divination, living a sinful lifestyle, basically being a Jezebel. Honestly, I'm not even gonna, let's just be honest here. I was openly living in sin and consulting divination on a daily basis, which was leaving a huge gaping hole open in my life for Satan to come in and do whatever he wanted to do in my life. And that was probably the cause for a lot of the problems that we had gone through in the marriage. I'm confident enough to go ahead and say that, because knowing the scriptures now and knowing what I know now, sin will open up doors in your life for demons to come in and attack you and ruin everything good in your life. And I'm not going to say I'm the only person, responsible for the things going wrong in my marriage, but I certainly was not helping with my, with my habit of tarot. Okay, so I hope this video helped to open someone's eyes about, the dangers of tarot, and give you a little bit more perspective coming from me on my experience with tarot. And, I'm so glad and proud of myself that I quit. It was literally like cold turkey when I quit the day that I was baptized. I had to go and unsubscribe from all the tarot channels that I was subscribed to. And I had to go through and sift through all the videos that, not videos, channels that I was subscribed to. And I ended up unsubscribing from over 100 channels. So what does that tell you right there? You are subscribed to over 100 channels of different tarot card readers. Like, this was literally my entire life. It was literally my entire life. I'm free from the addiction of tarot. And I just want to give all the glory and thanks and honor to God, for saving me from that. Thank God, I don't have to, it's like you need to get up every day in the morning for smokers, and the first thing they need to do is smoke a cigarette to feel like their day is started and that they can just be for the day. And I don't have to do that anymore. I don't have to do that anymore. And it's just it's so amazing. I'm free from the chains of tarot. Thank you, Jesus Christ. I'm so free now. I'm free to put my energy back onto where it belongs. And all my faith and all my questions and all my, all my worries and everything like that, I give it to God now. And He handles it. And that is the proper way and the channel that you need to utilize, with your issues and your questions and your problem. Give it to God. Stop relying on people and humans and spirits and ungodly, tactics to figure stuff out. That's not your job. That's not your job. So if you're addicted to tarot, if you're getting ready to quit tarot, or it's time for you to quit tarot, you can do it. Quit it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. God hates it. He hates tarot. All right. He wants you to come back to Him, reestablish yourself in Him. He made you. So come back to Him and you give all your cares to Him. Scripture says that we give all our cares to him, and he will take it and transform it and heal you and help you. But you have to have faith in him. All right? So thank you for watching this. If you got this far in the video, please drop me a comment down below and a like, and subscribe to this channel if I give you an encouragement and you like the style of my delivery and my videos. Do all those things. I love you so much, and God bless you, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.